Hi, my name is Liesel and I'm a full-time working mother of a bouncing little baby boy called Alex, who is currently 8 months old. The purpose of this video is to display some of the activities that I put together every week for his caregiver to help support him in the type of thing that he is doing at the moment from a development perspective. It gives his caregiver some structure to the day and helps her to understand what are the type of activities he needs to support his development at this specific moment. If this is something that appeals to you, make sure to hit that subscribe button so that you get notified as soon as I upload another video like this one every week. The first activity for this week is a bit of a DIY project. I found these absolutely delicious Amarula fudges at our local grocery store, and of course they got emptied very, very quickly. But that allowed us to repurpose the tin, and we cut open a hole at the top. It ended up being quite sharp, so hence the duct tape, just to make sure that it doesn't cut little fingers. And then we got some of these tongue depressors or ice cream sticks, whatever you want to call them, from a craft shop. The idea is that eventually, as Alex starts developing his posting abilities, he will be able to learn how to deposit these sticks into the hole at the top. For the moment though, it's a little bit advanced for him. And because of that, we're just leaving the lid open. And at this stage, my main purpose seems to be for him to be dumping out the sticks and then eating the sticks. This ended up being quite a nice activity because the tin rolls. So it has allowed him to kind of scoot forward and chase after the tin quite a bit because he's at that point where he's just thinking about crawling. This latch has provided endless amount of fun because of the movement. Obviously, once he's a lot older, he will be able to learn how to do the latch up itself as well. So depending on how long this tin will last, I think we can get quite a few activities from this. In addition to this, this has also ended up being a counting exercise. So, taking it out, being able to say, oh, how many sticks are there? Look, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And of course, he doesn't quite understand that yet, but I do like to introduce a lot of these kind of counting exercises and activities in our everyday life and what we do. In addition, just the language activities about, oh, look, the sticks are inside the tin. Oh, you're taking the sticks out of the tin. So all of it seems a little bit weird, but to be honest, I think I just really like this activity for him at the moment because it has allowed him to explore things in many different ways and use this tin quite a lot. So this is one that is out on his shelf at the moment and one that he is reaching for. The one thing though, I do have nightmares of him with this because he keeps on sticking it in his mouth, and you'll see I'll post a little video clip a little bit later. But I'm always worried he's going to be falling forward with the crawling and that this was going to be sticking in his palate. So do watch them. Don't leave them out with this activity. As much as these aren't sharp, I also am just a little bit worried also with him just putting everything into his mouth. If you can't find a tin like this, something like a Pringles packet, the tubes, anything like that can actually be repurposed to achieve a similar kind of goal to this specific tin as well. Yes, yes. Can you put the sticks inside? Oops. Very well done. Yes. Is that fun? Yes, it makes a funny sound. Look, we can put them inside. Look, Alex, we can put them inside. Yes. The next activity isn't a toy per se, but it was something that we tried to find activities that shows cause and effect. So throughout the week, we have been walking around trying to find a light switch that can be turned on, and then the light comes on. We're also looking at opening a door. So the door handle is still a little bit heavy for him, but if he puts his hand on it and pushes down, I help him with the last little bit to push the door open. And what has caused endless delight is that the dog then often walks through the door to the outside, and this of course has been a great activity for him. Today we also found a measuring tape that when you press the button, it actually very quickly rolls up the tape again, and this has caused endless pleasure and some real awesome belly laughter and giggles from Alex on this activity. And after he saw it a few times, he anticipated what was going to be happening. And even before it happened, he started laughing and giggling. So anything that you can find that shows them that they have an effect on the world in something that they do is really great for them at this specific point in time. I think it helps them to just get grounded in terms of that they are part of a larger scheme of things, and being able to just see that, you know, if one thing happens, it has an effect on something else as well. And that has been absolutely fabulous this week. Okay, have a look. Press the button. Press the button. Press the button. What's this? What's this, hey? Yes? What? Yes, what? Hey, what are you doing? Look. What? My little man has just woken up from his nap, so I'm going to be using him to demonstrate the third activity for this week. He's fascinated by the camera. But let's see. So the third activity is trying to develop the idea of pointing and being able to isolate the various different fingers. For the moment, he's started doing a bit more of a pincer grip with 3 fingers. He's still doing the raking motion quite a bit and using the palmar grip, especially with food. But I have noticed that he has started using the fingers more independently. So to support this activity, and it's something that also, once again, he will only start doing a bit later, is being able to show him that he can point at various different things and isolate the one finger. Yes, one finger. So one of the activities that you can use to do that with is by just reading a storybook and being able to point out the different pictures in the book. And by pointing at them, they can actually start seeing, look, that's the giraffe. The giraffe is wearing a red scarf. Can you imagine knitting a scarf for this very, very long neck of Mr. Giraffe? And look, there's bees here. Can you see the bees? So the bees goes bzz, 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 bzz. That's a giraffe. What you can also do is when they start noticing certain things, like a bird has just flown through the window, you can actually physically close their fingers and say, look, there's a bird, and actually help them to isolate that specific finger so that they can start understanding that they're able to do that as well. Do you want the book? Yes, where's the giraffe? Hey? Yes. Hey. That's it from Alex and I for this week. If you have found some value from this video, please give us a thumbs up and also leave us some comments about the type of things that you do with your little ones to keep them occupied. Have a great week.